What version of Trevor Peak shows up against Charlie Campbell? Because I think the best version of Trevor Peak is the erratic crazy man. What do you think?
I agree with you, Derek. I think that's the best version. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's what we're going to get. I think if we do see that version of Trevor Peak, it's going to be late round one, getting into round two. I think he's going to take a little calmer approach, kind of like we saw in the Yaya fight. Going to be feeling out, going to be using the length, going to be having that motion of in and out, right? The blitz attack, if you will. But man, I'm with you with Charlie Campbell, dude. I am very high on this prospect. Very fast, twitchy, down for a brawl. I mean, that's why I like the under on this one, because both fighters are down to get in there and get scrappy. But still, I do see this being a little slower of a start, if you will.
And that's kind of the problem right there, because when you look at Charlie Campbell's game, I think the most effective way to be able to cash in on that finish if you're Trevor Peak is overwhelm him. Too much data, get in his face, throw crazy angles, right? But you want to play the technical game with Charlie Campbell, and in my opinion, that's asking for that plus 130 TKO prop to hit right there. You know what I mean? So Trevor Peak, one thing we know about him is he's durable. We definitely know that. This dude literally finished everybody before jumping into this last 2-fight run that he's on, man. So we know live by the sword, die by the sword. This fight goes into rounds 2 and round 3. He's coming off of 2 decision fights, 1 loss and 1 win. He gets into the late rounds against Charlie Campbell. Do you think Campbell has the ability to finish him in the late rounds, or does it have to come early?
Oh man, I think if his head's into the late rounds, I see both fighters right here being very tired. So I don't know if I see a finish coming. That's why I like the finish at the under 1.5. Still early in the fights, chaos is still going on. That's where I see the finish taking place.
Easy. I think the striking of Charlie Campbell is going to be too much. Trevor Peak might try to do a little bit of grappling. Didn't work out too well for him on the last run. But in the grand scheme of things, I just like Charlie Campbell as a pure play right here. Minus 225 was the open. We look at the odds right now. Minus 180 for Charlie Campbell. They're throwing money on Trevor Peak. What does this mean, folks? This means you cash in minus 180 on Charlie Campbell. We're still sticking with the favorite. Fair price of admission. Again, Trevor Peak personally on my fade list, especially in a matchup like this. So I think that's a fair play. I'm sticking away from any of the props here because I think that there's a little too uncertain, and that's how I'm going to call it. So Charlie Campbell, AJ, that is our Bloody Water Podcast consensus pick. And with that being said, that is your main card recap, folks. That's everything. We didn't